Halo Season 2 will be better than last season, or it'll be more Master Cheeks. What's up, everybody? With my channel, I am DJ, aka Token Black Guy. You guys here for the first time, hit that like button, subscribe button. So I figure I'll bring the real Chief with me tonight because apparently we don't know what Master Chief is in Halo series. They dropped the first 2 episodes of Halo Season 2. Basically, I'm gonna give my thoughts and reviews of the show. And so episode 1, I will say, if you watch this, the first 15 minutes, you're gonna be excited. If the first 15 minutes of episode 1, I was like, wow, okay, completely different direction. This looks like it's gonna be amazing. I think I timed it at 15 minutes and 49 seconds until Chief takes his helmet off, and after that, it does not come back on till like episode 2. So so we're back with the no helmet situation as usual. But I will say that first opening scene was pretty good. It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I will give it credit where it's due. There's some of the CGI that was kind of like when the Spartans are running, that looks kind of janky to me. But basically, the show starts off. We're on some planet. I can't remember the name of it. But Chief and some Marines are basically evacuating civilians because the Covenant are on the way. They meet this shaman lady. Which, on that note, I'm kind of tired of the whole mystical magic people in this, because we never had that in Halo 4. I don't know why they're trying to introduce that into it. Now, I did hear comments where they're trying to make this feel more like Game of Thrones, which whatever. But the shaman's like, oh, this is all holy, we're going to stay on our planet, we're going to basically go down on the ship. And she talks to Chief and it's like, you need to find your soul, and I've seen your death and everything. But that part I did not like. Then we go back to Silver Team, and apparently all of them have removed their chips except for Riz right now. Vale, he removed his, and they're talking about that and everything. Which that whole thing right there is kind of iffy to me. So basically, fast forward, this group of Marines that are cut off, comm scene. So Chief goes looking for them, goes up on this mountain, which was actually pretty cool because we used the grappling hook thing from Infinite, which is pretty cool because that technology technically wasn't yet available for them at that time frame, which I thought was pretty cool. I was gonna see that, so we saw that technology. The weapons look real good. The battle rifle, the shotgun, we saw that in this one. Both battle rifles, and assault rifle. But that fire team, the communication team, is cut off in some kind of fog. And one of the Marines was like, I saw something in the fog. And obviously it was some elites. And Chief does this thing, takes them out. There's one survivor. A bunch of elites are there, and they just disappear. And you see an image of Maki, the girl from the last season, which that storyline I'm still kind of iffy. I don't care for. But then we fast forward, and they evac them. Chief saves the one chick after a big fight and everything. And then they glass the planet. The glassing looked pretty good. I will say, the way the beams look, the plasma beams look and everything. So I wasn't mad about that. Like I said, the first 15 minutes is amazing. After that, it just kind of becomes a jumbo mess. We did meet Ackerman, which he is in. Is he in Reach, the book? He's an Oni guy. He kind of takes over, and I think he's part of the Spartan 3 program. I remember in the books. I will say his character feels like an Oni character, like an Oni spook and everything. He's got that feel like he's always got some kind of underlining thing going on, which we find out later in episode 2. But it's all about Chief trying to prove to them that the Covenant are coming, which they should know by now, which I don't understand. Like, and this whole thing is like Chief is running around in civilian clothes in town and everything, and doing all these little side missions. That's not what Chief was. Chief was strictly military. All he cared about was his fire team in the mission. All his extra stuff and convincing people, he wasn't doing that yet. I mean, he just followed orders. I mean, especially this time before the fall of Reach and everything, before Reach was even taken out, because I think he wasn't that old yet, if I remember, when Reach fell. Anyways, it goes back and forth. We go to the rubble, we see Sorensen and everything, which this whole storyline, I'm kind of tired of Rubble. There's like this auction thing going on with other survivors. A kid from Harvest, which is from the First Contact, and they kind of auction him off as slaves, I guess. And he's like, I got information on Halsey because she's still in the wind, and so he basically takes the kid, and this storyline ends up with him like being led to this freighter that's floating in space, and it's a trap, and he gets arrested for being a pirate and everything. He got set up, so that's gonna be the storyline. But back to Chief and the Spartans, it's just about Ackerman now. Chief is trying to convince Ackerman that the Covenant are coming because he believes that they're trying to figure out the Covenant are attacking relay stations or comm stations before they invade a planet, I guess, to recon and everything. And he believes that they're coming to reach and everything. So he's trying to prepare everybody, and everybody thinks he's just having like PTSD and stuff from having Cortana in him and all that stuff, which Ackerman is very suspicious about that. But this episode ends, and this is where. So if I had to describe this episode 1 on a graph, starting off, we're going up, we're up there, and after that it kind of plateaus, and it's kind of on a downward slope right here, and then we get the last scene where Sorensen son is talking to this mystical person, and they're narrating in this little cave. And they remove the hood, and it is Kwan. Kwan is back. Oh my God, Kwan is back. I thought we weren't going to do her anymore, but she is back. And I had the biggest laugh. I was like, oh my God, here we go. Kwan. Kwan, can you just be gone? Anyway, so episode 1 ends with that. Episode 2 is just a jumble mess to me. It's a jumble mess. It's the main episode 2 starts off with Halsey having like this flashback dream thing where there's little girls in the room and all that stuff, and they keep cutting to that throughout the episode. Even had Ackerman at one point, which I don't understand. That'll probably pay off later on. But it's basically Chief is paranoid about the Covenant coming on, so he's training the team hard. We get more with Riz with her injuries from the last season, and she's kind of hiding her injuries. We meet another Spartan from the program that was had the side effects that he didn't, so he basically washed out, but he's blind. I think his name's Lewis and everything. So he's like helping them like with physical therapy and stuff. And he realized that the Riz is kind of hiding her injuries, and he's trying to help her, get over that. And she's still kind of having struggles. So she's just pushing on the team and everything, trying to get ready for the Covenant and everything. And Riz is struggling because her arm is so messed up, and they kind of see that and everything. Ackerman pulls what's her name? I keep calling her Kelly, but not Kelly. Kai aside, and asks about is Chief having problems, like having visions. What's he think of his performance and all that stuff? She's like, I still trust him and everything. He's just pushing us real hard. But in the last episode, Chief did run across the Admiral from the last season, the Indian chick, and she's like, I can help you prove that you're right and everything. So Chief figures out that that Cobalt team, another Spartan team that they ran into, which. Back to that. So they're in the locker room, and Silver Team, Cobalt Team comes in, another Spartan team. So we know the other Spartans around. And they're going banter at back and forth like, oh, you guys suck and that and everything, which I kind of get the locker room banter, but Spartans weren't like that. They all were like pretty cool with each other because they went through the same crap, so they have respect. And Chief is basically at this point, if I'm wrong, correct myself, he's the highest ranking of the Spartans. Because there's a lieutenant, but I think he was part of after this. He's part of Spartan Trees. Whole other story. But anyway, I think it's Fred actually. Anyway, but they're going on back and forth, and Chief is like, "Why are we babysitting? We're not doing actual missions, and why are we sitting on the sidelines?" And Cobalt team going out. He's kind of suspicious of that. He's questioning Ackerman and all that stuff, and so Chief goes on his own and tries to figure out. Was going on Cobalt team where they put them at their status as standby after their mission. It's like, why aren't they active? So Chief questions. He goes inside, looks up where they've been, and finds out they never actually left Reach. They went some kind of communication relay stuff and never came back. So Chief basically commandeers a Pelican with Silver Team, and they detour and they're off to that comm station. Well, we flash forward over there, and there is some Marines in the building, and obviously Covenant are there, the elite, and the elite wipes out the little fire team, which on that note, this Marine commander was so stupid. He kept sending 3 at a time down a dark alley and get slaughtered. And then Mackey's there, so blah, blah, blah. But the big kicker in this one is that Ackerman, he goes to his little secret Oni room and Cortana is there. And he has her running simulations on something, which I believe is the Covenant attack that's coming, or either the Spartan 3 program. But he doesn't have her connected to the outside world. So he's containing her own little simulation thing or whatever, computer or whatever. So that's how that episode ends. Overall, my thoughts, my critiques. Visually, it looks good. I will say that. I said there's some spots with the CGI that's kind of bad. It's just the same problems as last season. I mean, at least in episode 2, Chief had his helmet on more. Also episode 2. So Ackerman, the chick that he saved in episode 1, Perez, whatever, she gets to like the Medal of Honor, whatever, in awards all on TV. They don't mention the Spartans, whatever. But she basically denies everything that happens to confirm Chief's story about the elites being there. He's like, I don't know why. So he tracks her down to her house. You know, he walks around civilian clothes in the city, and he sits down and have a nice Latin dinner with his family and everything. And they made some, you know, I hate using the term woke, but they made some woke jokes or comments in there. And I was like, they were like, oh, you know, he's a big strapping guy. He must have all the ladies on him. Or the guy's like, oh, maybe all the guys too. I'm like, here we go. But whatever. And then they're like, and one kid's, the brother's like, oh, he's a Spartan. He's a Spartan. Here's my thing. The Spartans didn't just hang out with civilians like that. They weren't just running around in downtown, you know, New Mombasa, chilling and stuff, you know, with civilians having a couple beer and a pint or whatever. They were doing the mission. They didn't mingle with civilians like that because they didn't understand civilians like that. Anyways, but I hate that part of it, that he's in civilian clothes, running around the city and everything. That's just not Chief. That's just not what it is. He's strictly a military guy. Like, he does all this other stuff is unnecessary. I just don't understand how we have almost 20 years of lore and stuff you can go off, and you do this complete opposite of what it is. I'm not saying do it page by page or level by level of the game, but keep it to the true essence of what it is. Like, and that's the problem that with all these live action shows is like, people, we want to see live action stuff, but we want to basically just copy and paste it. I wouldn't be mad about that because I want to see what I love just in a live action form. I think One Piece did it pretty well, which I'm not the biggest One Piece fan, but I'm knowledgeable of it. The new Avatar one, I'm kind of worried about it. I feel like it's gonna be the same thing now after hearing some of the reports of how they change characters, how they change storylines and stuff like that, how they are going for a different feel. Why are you going for a different feel? People like it because the way it made you feel. Like, and the same thing goes with Halo. It's like, we like this. Like Chief is supposed to be this. It's questioning of, am I a machine or am I actually human? Especially this early in the game. And what makes him go to the other side is that the irony is that he's actually human. Cortana is the machine. She's the one that brings out his humanity in him. So we have not gotten that relationship yet with Cortana and him, which I think they introduced Cortana in the very wrong way in the season 1. So we're not, the way that the relationship developed is not going to happen. Because honestly, and the truth is, we don't get Cortana. I can't even talk right now. I'm so irritated. Don't get Cortana until the very end when Reach is falling, when Chief and Blue Team go to the Pillar of Autumn. So that's my take. That's my ramble about this show. I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm going to keep watching it. Hopefully, I don't know, man. It just, the first 15 minutes were like, I was like, here we go. This is what I want. And then it just completely 180 again. So I don't know where it's going with this. With the fall of Reach, that's one of the biggest, sagas in the Halo universe. Is a pivotal point in the war. So, I mean, you got the books, the games. I mean, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know with the show anymore. And honestly, when I was watching episode 2, I had to get up and turn it off because I was just so like just disgusted with it. I mean, I'm trying to, like I haven't been posting much online because I don't like talk. I'm trying to be more positive about stuff in my life because a lot of crap is going on. So I'm trying to have positive stuff in my life, but I can't be positive about this. I mean, it's just what it is. God, I hope it gets better. I really do. I as Halo fans, we waited so long to get this live action, and they just are basically just pissing all over it for us. And it's just disrespectful at this point. I'm honestly, but I'll be here. We're gonna watch it every week and review the 2 episodes. Hopefully somebody do a breakdown each episode. There's a couple of channels I watch, so if they do breakdowns, we'll react to them and got a little Easter eggs and stuff like that. So, but yeah, same as last season, y'all. That's all I gotta say. It's the same as last season. Yep. If y'all seen episodes 1 and 2, let me know in your comments down below what you think. If you're a Halo fan like I am, leave your comments and like button. Until next time, guys. I mean, that's the only cheat that we'll get that's actually real. See you guys later. Peace.